Don in London, hello. July 24th, 2009. Some people I know are having a birthday today, which is great, so happy birthday to them. The subject of my videos is always the same, or more of the same, and it's about recovery from addiction to either substance or behaviour. My substance was alcohol, now in recovery for a few years, and substance, yes, behaviour too. Cross-addict to workaholic, to gymaholic, to relationshipaholic, you name it, I could cross-addict. So if one thing wasn't working, I'd go for something else and try to be perfect, and realise somewhere along the line I was never perfect, never have a chance of being perfect, and will do better living with progress on a daily basis. So what keeps me sober these days? It's family, community, professional people, and a fellowship, and the fellowship for me is Alcoholics Anonymous. I cannot speak for AA, I can only speak about me and my recovery, and that suits me fine. And I did a little cartoon video yesterday to lighten up, if you like, just to lighten up a little bit and share experience, strength and hope in a different way, and also make a point that I am speaking about my recovery, which is unique and authentic to me, and I don't speak for other people's recovery, which is unique and authentic to them. So we all find our path, and one of the readings I'll share in a few moments is from As Bill Sees It, which is about relapse and slips. Relapse is a return to our favourite addiction, the primary one which got us into recovery in the first place. And believe you me, it can happen to anyone at any time. It only takes a moment to slip or relapse, but there's probably a build-up to it along the way, of frustration, anger, resentment, you name it. They're out there to be had. So I try not to resent anything, and part of my daily start-up, if you like, I say to myself the serenity prayer to God or to the good conscience, wherever I am on any particular day. I don't know about belief and faith, although I have faith in human nature and my own nature. So when I exhort or exalt to a higher power, I'm talking about the good conscience that we have as humanity and as individuals. And some people say that our good conscience, well, it's God working through people, and it's truth. God is truth and God is love. So truth, love and good conscience, that's what guides me on a daily basis. And to forgive myself and to forgive everyone, otherwise I'm a hypocrite. So, you know, when people get off beam or lapse back into old behaviour, we need to be careful to encourage the new behaviour. And the whole fellowship concept is about changing our attitudes and behaviour through 12 steps. So the 12-step programme is therefore a change in attitude and a change in our behaviour, mainly to stop drinking. And then suddenly we find we have emotional, spiritual and physical elements to deal with. So emotional, our feelings, pushed down for years. Spiritual, not understanding reality. For me, spiritual is to understand the truth of now. Mind, body and breath in the moment, as some people would say. So, me and recovery. Fellowship, I lean on fellowship. I maintain sobriety so the rest of my life can work as it will. Sometimes well, sometimes not so well. And I guess what I've learned most of all is we're all human. But, you know, I need to share how fellowship helps me, and probably try and send a positive message about recovery, even when it's horrible. We're faced with reality and it's horrible. We have to accept losses in life and then understand how to grieve. So we are not immune to anger, frustration, and all the rest of it, rage even from time to time, because these human emotions are part of us. So it's not about pushing them down in future, it's about experiencing them in this one day to the right level, if you like. So if somebody stamps on our foot, we can shout and retaliate with "Oi, ouch" and all that, and ask ourselves, did they mean it? And if they meant it, well, we need to step back from them. If they didn't mean it, let it go. That's how it works for me. So AA, I share the preamble and then share some literature readings here on YouTube and on Facebook. And as I say, I only talk about my recovery and share experience, strength and hope. And as it's said in the rooms of AA, the meetings, I can share that I was there, but I cannot share that anybody else was there, although there were maybe hundreds. Well, not at all meetings, but anyway. The preamble or statement said at the beginning of the meeting goes like this. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution, does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. And that final sentence where it says our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety is key, because if we don't give it away, we can't keep it. So, although it is said to be a selfish program, because we have to get ourselves back on the straight and narrow before we can really help other people, or rather we are helping people if we don't get back on the straight and narrow simply because we are experiencing the pain of relapse or slippage. Oh, that coffee's hot. So, quickly I want to add Bill Sees It, because I can go on forever. This book, more than 1 page a day if you need it. So it's a bit of daily reflection, if you like, and I'll come on to the daily reflections in a moment. And for today, it's page 154, Relapses and the Group. An early fear was that of slips or relapses. At first, nearly every alcoholic we approached began to slip, if indeed he sobered up at all. Others would stay dry 6 months or maybe a year, and then take a skid. This was always a genuine catastrophe. We would all look at each other and say, who next? Today, those slips are a very serious difficulty. As a group, we take them in our stride. Fear has evaporated. Alcohol always threatens the individual, but we know that if it cannot destroy the common welfare, and our common welfare should always come first. It does not seem to pay to argue with slippers about the proper method of getting dry. After all, why should people who are drinking tell people who are dry how it should be done? Just kid the boys along, ask them if they are having fun. If they are too noisy or troublesome, amiably keep out of their way. And I don't know about just kidding them along. I prefer to say, listen, I need to keep out of your way whilst you're drinking, because I don't want to fall into the same trap, because I'm a human being too. So the sense in that for me is relapses in the group. Any human is capable of slipping if the pressure is too great, or we haven't been doing our daily meditations or reflections or standing up for ourselves and saying, what do I need to do today? And when I start my day, I start it with the serenity prayer to God or good conscience. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, that is acceptance of now. Courage to change the things I can, that's what is changeable, normally my choice is, and the wisdom to know the difference. I'm going to learn it today, and that's all to the good, because if I try and do it for any longer, it's not a good idea. Keep it in the day, we say. And for July 24th in the Daily Reflections, this book, 1 page a day, 12 steps of action, month 7, July. This step is addressing our shortcomings to improve, in my case, my courage, faith and confidence, to keep on the open, honest and willing path of recovery. So, helping others. Our very lives as ex-problem drinkers depend upon our constant thought of others and how we may help meet their needs. It comes from AA's Big Book, page 20, and I suspect that's the 4th edition, or it might be the 3rd, I don't know for sure. Self-centeredness was my problem. All my life people have been doing things for me, and I not only expected it, but I was ungrateful and resentful they didn't do more. Why should I help others when they were supposed to help me? If others had troubles, didn't they deserve them? I was filled with self-pity, anger and resentment. Then I learned that by helping others with no thought of return, I could overcome this obsession with selfishness. And if I understood humility, I would know peace and serenity. No longer do I need to drink. And the answer is, because life's okay. Even if it's awful, it's okay, because we're getting along. And I've run out of time, so the serenity prayer, God, or to good conscience, or to your higher power, or just in exhortation, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change today, courage to change the things I can today, and the wisdom to know the difference, simply choices, just for today.